Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. I know it's been a long time since I've recorded these, and if I do look a little bit red, it's because I've been working outside and I've got a bit of sunburn. I'll tell you about that a bit later. I just want to say thank you for all those people who subscribed since I put the Thunder video of Eastbourne. One of them's got 75,000 views, which is the most I've ever got. I think the most I've ever got is 17 or 23, something like that, and that's accumulative. This has been over a few weeks, and I've got plus 200 new subscribers, and even my Pursuit of Truth, the one that I put at the end of that video, got over 300 views. So I just want to say thank you for them, and I hope you continue to watch these videos as well as whatever else I get. But my main point of them is these videos at the moment, which is to make people aware of, well, I guess it's my journey through life, and the understanding that a lot of the things that we've been taught are not as they seem. I know different people will be at different levels, and a lot of people probably won't subscribe after watching this video thinking, oh, this is this crazy person, I'm not going to subscribe to him, I'll just look out for his next thunderstorm. It is interesting how that happened as well. That was due to Facebook. I put it on Facebook groups, that's why this has happened. I tried with the Flat Earth ones as well, and the Truther ones, but my videos didn't take off in the same way, which is a little bit worrying, I guess, that people are more interested in seeing thunderstorms, and their Facebook groups are more will check things out than actual truthers. Because why it didn't have the same kind of response? I mean, or maybe it's also to do with the visual aspect of things, I don't know, but you can, I mean, maybe that's to do with the way that we are. So the other thing, also just beyond the imaginary curve, I think it's just gone live now. Yeah, the other things that I wanted to talk about was, well, obviously my main point. If you haven't ever heard of my videos, go back and check some of them. Also, I have a companion in the Pursuit of Truth, which is videos that I see and that sometimes I mention on here. That's also good. I'm not here to change people's minds. It's up to you, whatever you want to think. Ideally, at the end of it, what I want is a better world for all of us, a freer world, a world full of, so it's not injustice and inequalities like I believe it is currently for the vast majority of people where we live. So I just want people to think about those things, and to, a lot of it is I come across things that I see on Sky News or wherever, or I see on YouTube, and it makes you think, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And all these things that you don't think about because you're stuck in this slave life of working for money and the pursuit of possessions and stuff like that. So my core beliefs are that I don't believe we live on a globe Earth. I don't know what the dimensions are because I'm not able to find them out myself, and there isn't anyone else who has the capacity or the money or the permission to be able to do that. I believe there are conspiracies. I don't believe in the moon landing. I don't believe in 9/11, and a few other things. I think there's a lot of false flags, and there's a lot of media manipulation. And if you can go through my videos, you'll see ones about 9/11 and Flat Earth and all these different things, which have got more in depth about them. But it doesn't matter whether you follow these things or not, because as long as you're at the understanding of that this world is full of liars, and that we are not putting humanity in the position it is. We're boxing ourselves in countries, with races, with all these things. I don't believe in racism. I believe it's racist to call people by the colour of their skin, because you could easily just call them by the pigment of their eye colour. It has no real bearing on the truth of us. We're all equal, all the same. We're all human beings, or whatever species we are. Everything that we believe around us is all named. It's man-made constructs. A tree isn't actually a tree. We call it a tree, and that's how we understand it. But it's not really. We don't know about a lot of the things that we think we know about, the who, what, where, when, how, all that stuff. We don't really know. We have postulations. But a lot of them are not based on factual. There's a lot of spurious information that is fallacious in its nature. So I would like people to actually look at the world that they live in and actually see, wait a minute, because a lot of the time the answer to that would be, well, what can I do? I'm just an individual, I can't change anything. But why do you believe that? You believe that because that's how you've been taught that through life, through school, through whatever. Your parents, you know, I know when I was a child, I used to say, why do we have to have money? Why do we have to have starving people? And my dad would say, well, that's just the way it is. Why can't we just print money, would be my response. And he'd say, no, we can't do it like that because it's based on the gold value or whatever. Although a lot of them aren't actually based on that at all, because debt is created through when you want to borrow from it. So we don't actually have the physical amount of money that we actually claim that we do have. So it's not based on gold. It is reprinting money when they choose to, but they only do it for when you want credit. So when you want, you know, so they create this digital money that doesn't really exist. So there's lots of these things, and I've only got a short amount of time, but I just wanted to make this quick video because I haven't made one in ages. Yeah, so check out the videos, check out the Companion of the Truth. You'll find lots of different people. I don't know who to guide you to, because, you know, I don't have all the information. I'm just on this journey for over a year and a bit. But there's lots of people out there that, the problem is there's lots of people that they're good, but there's also bits of them that you know may deter people, or are, you know, you have to get used to them. So I could list out a list of people, but I know there are. Oops, there's my hand over the camera. My hand's getting tired holding this up. But the problem is I don't want people to be dissuaded. I suppose the thing is, go watch other people's videos. I'm not saying not stay with mine. I'm just the same. But what I want you to do is, as an individual, is to think for yourself, because you're not. You're thinking because you've been taught. We've been programmed. We're in schooling, and we've been taught how to think. A lot of the concepts that we have, we've been taught. They may not be intrinsic or natural, but we've been indoctrinated without really knowing it. We see all the films about that, and we know about that concept, but we don't realise that we're actually in it at the moment. And I'm not trying to be conspiratorial or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that we do live in a system that believes in money, a system that believes in division through countries, through races, through all sorts of different boxes that humans like to put things in. And we believe in those concepts. And that is the structure of our life, the monopoly rule book that we all go by. But it doesn't have to be that way. I believe that it is possible. You know, if you believe in God, we have the freedom to do whatever we want. If you don't believe in God, we still have that freedom. So why would we choose a world where there are people that suffer, where there are people that die of diseases that we have cures for, if those are genuine? We also have enough food on this planet to feed every single person, but people starve to death. And that's not fair, is it? So why do we choose a life like that? That's what I want people to change. And I know I'm just a small cog, and I know I'm going to see it in my lifetime, but that's what I would like. So yeah, there are lots of people you could go listen to. You could go and listen to Sheeps and Neeps. You could go listen to Beyond the Imaginary Curve, Real Conversations Going On, Flat Earth Dave and Rebecca, What Is Way, Mel Beauregard. I know I'm going to forget. I know obviously there's Eric Dubai, there's John Thor. Here's a good one. The Yellow Submarine. There's lots of different channels you can go. You can find them if you search for Flat Earth or Truth or whatever, or you go through the Companion of the Pursuit of Truth. You'll find the ones I've seen. I'm not saying any of them are genuine. There's a lot of this concept of whether people are genuine or not, or whether they're part of the government to draw people in and then do stupid things, so that then people then go away from this subject. Because YouTube and people don't want people to be thinking for themselves. Even if the Flat Earth and 9/11, all those things don't turn out to be true, governments and people in power don't want to lose that. They don't want people to you know, they claim that they want people to all have houses and food and all that and stuff. But if that was the case, we wouldn't have the structure that we have, because the structure that we have just does not work. We can see that. How many hundreds of years do you need to go to see that there will always be starving people when you have money that you have to print, when you have a division of countries and land, when you have all these other things that every single country has a duplicate of? You live in a world where everyone thinks differently, but every single country has police, has schools, has government, has banks. They all have these things, and that's how we're programmed. We're programmed through the schools to believe in all these things. So that's, if you are going to subscribe, that's fine, but I just would like people to think, actually just for a second, about everything around you. Just one day go through your life and think about things, whether they are actually truthful, whether they are accurate, whether they are fair and just for every single person, not just yourself. Anyway, take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.